Good morning, welcome to my kitchen. And this really is in the morning, and it really is my kitchen, and I'm really not wearing makeup. And instead of an apron today, I'm wearing an autism awareness shirt. I'm honoring a little boy I work with every week that I've not seen for over a week since we've been on spring break. And so I'm going to give a shout out to Kevin this morning, and also his brother Ashton, who's another wonderful kid. But this is just a really easy morning meal, a meal in a glass. It's going to be a fruit smoothie, but I just want to show you how simple it is to prepare, and you get a lot of nutrition, and it's really good and tasty, and it's also something you can work with. Do it exactly this way, or use it your own way. You can add something else to make it a little more your recipe and not mine. But this one is going to start with some whole strawberries that are frozen. And what this does, this helps you eliminate the need for ice. But you can use fresh strawberries if you want. But we're going to use these frozen ones. And we are going to place them in the blender here. Just like that. We're also going to add, that was a half a cup of strawberries. Now we're going to do a half a cup of orange juice. Squeeze your own if you are so inclined, but you know what, it's early in the morning, I'm not squeezing my own. That's just the way I roll. So we also need then a cup of vanilla yogurt, whatever brand you prefer, and you can use Greek. This isn't Greek this time. I switch it up. If Greek's on sale, I purchase it because it's better, but it's also expensive. So anyway, and it wasn't, and this was, so that's how I did that. So we're gonna put a cup of this in, and if you'd like yours a little thinner, you could add some milk to make it thinner. And when I add milk, I usually use almond milk for myself. I don't normally drink regular milk, but I will often put it in recipes if it calls for it, but honestly it's really not that good for you. And then a banana. And you know, some of you may be throwing these things away, and goodness, girls, guys, don't do that. The bananas, the darker they are, the sweeter they are, and the more tender. And I was thinking Alan would say, yeah, just like you, Sherry. It's not the case. And I've washed my hands really well. I always do that before I start. So if you get grossed out by somebody with food in their hands, just remember, clean hands are fine. And people can spread as many germs with gloves on their hands. You know, they can scratch things they shouldn't scratch, even with the gloves, and then touch the food. So there you go. Anyway, so then we're gonna put that all together and blend. It's gonna be a little loud. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh, goodness. Okay. And then when you're finished, possibly it could have used a little more. Something else I like to do is use cool glasses. That's something I go to the thrift stores for. And speaking of thrift stores, West Frankfort Salvation Army, full of cool things like this. This probably came from there. I get all sorts of dishes, because you can take something that is really not that big of a deal, like a smoothie. You pour it in a nice glass. It makes all the difference, but I don't want to spend a bunch of money on glasses. So instead, I go to thrift stores and do that. And there's also a wonderful little shop in town. Pam Munsell is the owner. A shout out to Pam also. Your Heart's Desire on Main Street in West Frankfort. And it's full of everything. Country and primitive and antiques and things like that. All these vendors have different booths, and I also find a lot of dishes there too. But anyway, here's a fruit smoothie to start your morning. I promise the next video I'll put some makeup on. I did comb my hair. I didn't do anything else yet. Haven't even had my daily shower, but we'll get there. So happy morning to you. Here's an easy recipe I know you can make. Add a little, leave a little out, and have a wonderful day. Today's actually Sunday. Take some time, just stop, look up to the heavens and say, thank you, God. This was because of you. All good and perfect gifts come from the Lord. So anything that you have that's good or you think is perfect, just stop and say thanks. And then it'll start your day better. So here's good cooking to you and a wonderful Sunday.